I just clicked on.
It is the 31st of March. Rabbi Levitt, Pele Yoetz.
Okay.
Did you get some money from me, by the way?
Oh, well, thank you. Where was it sent?
It should have been deposited in your bank account.
Oh, you sent on the
It should come from congregation Beth Shalom.
from Beth Shalom. Okay, I'll look.
That will broker the money for me, so I can take it off my taxes.
Sure.
I'll send them a check, and then they transfer the money to your account.
Oh, I see.
So
Very
you
good.
should have received it. I got a message from them saying that they did it.
Okay. I'll take a Blue Netter. I'll take a look in my account.
It should be 2,000 shekels.
Oh wow. Oh. Very good.
Don't spend it all in one place.
What's that?
Don't spend it all in one place.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yashikoyach. Tiskel mitzvahs.
Look, yeah. Thank you for your keeping Torah. Hopefully you'll be able to keep it up.
Bez Hashem. Now, Alan called me already early, and I told him I'm coming in, but I don't see him here.
I haven't heard from him either.
Maybe I'll call. Maybe he was. At least call him back. Aye. Alan, are you still trying to get in? It's not going. Like I don't see you. Participants, no, just there's actually just two of us right now. Roy's not here and Mayor's not here. Just Lou is here. You want him to send you a link? I'm assuming I got into the right meeting because Lou is here.
Yes, you did.
If nobody was here, then I would suspect that I did it wrong.
No, I use the same link as always.
Eight 846-0139-4353 is the meeting ID, 4353.
No. Yes, that's right.
Friday, March 31st, 2023. Maybe we'll send you a link.
All right, I just sent it.
Oh, Lou just sent it, so you should be getting it very, very soon. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Just a Erev Pesach Chiddush for you.
Yeah.
I was looking in the Shulchan Aruch with my Havrusa in Hilchos Pesach in Tuf Samach. Well, let's start the other way. Actually, let's start the other way. I'm sure you've heard that when they always talk about in the Haggadahs and the rabbis, they're always talking about the matzah. We eat matzah on Pesach and not fluffy challah. That the dough rises. We don't put any yeast in it, so the dough doesn't rise, etc., etc. And our matzahs, on the other hand, it's just kemach and mayim. It's thin, and it's the puffing up represents the gaiva and the yetzer hara, the yeast in the dough, and we don't want that on Pesach. So according to our custom that we have very, very thin matzahs, it sounds very good. But the problem is that when you look in the Shulchan Aruch, and the Shulchan Aruch, this is in Chelik Hay, in Hilchos Pesach, Siman Samach, Tav Samach, he says over here in Sif Hey, he says, Ein osin b'Pesach pas ava tefach. On Pesach, you shouldn't have your bread be thicker than 1 tefach.
Wow, that's really thick. I've never seen bread that.
So Michael Bruce said, yeah, you don't have anything to do with Svardim. Svardim, even today, he told me that they have, I've never seen it. That they have thick matzahs. And I say, but I mean, I see. I mean, I can't argue with the Shulchan Aruch. And I said, well, 1 second. Maybe the Mishnah Brura disagrees with the Shulchan Aruch. So the Mishnah Brura over here, Pas Ava Tefach. Mishnah Brura says, Tikashi Ava Kokach, if it's going to be so thick, more than a tefach, Yesh Lacho Shema Lo Yishlot Chom Ha'esh B'tocho V'hitametz B'tocho B'shasa P'siasa. That if it's going to be so thick, well, I wonder where Alan is. He's still not here. He usually comes in right away when you send him a link.
Yeah, that's surprising. That's very surprising.
Aye. No, he's not even, I don't see him at all.
Well, let me make sure I sent the email properly. Yeah, it's in my sent box. Alan Marcus. Yeah, it's right. Don't know.
Okay, I guess hopefully he'll come in very soon.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Mishnah Brura simply says, just explains why it is that the Shulchan Aruch says that one should not make on Pesach a pas which has the thickness of a tefach. And he says because of a chashash that it won't be it'll become chametz before it's fully cooked because of its thickness.
Right.
But he even says b'di'evet im kvar afa. He says but if he already baked it, yesh matirin afilu ba'ava tefach. There's those who will permit it even if it has the height of a tefach, the thickness of a tefach. But yesh osrim, but there are those that say that it's even b'di'evet, it's you can't use it. It's aser. Okay, but pachas mitefach ein lesser b'di'evet. But at any rate, as long as it's less than a tefach, so then there's no reason to forbid it, even b'di'evet. Umikomakom, kol shehi abba yesh la'ayin betocha im nefes yafe v'lo nischamsa. But nevertheless, if it is in fact a tefach in thickness, one should be very analyze inside the take a good look. Take a good look. Yesh la'ayin. Give your eye to it and see if it's actually properly cooked, baked. So he said that So when all the these English Svarim and Haggadahs and everything, they talk about the thin matzahs. You have to know what the halachic definition of thin means. The halachic definition of thin means that it's less than a tefach.
Wow, that is a chiddush.
So so all the drushes about the Yetzer Hara and the puffing up and everything, I guess it's all true. But yeah, and he told me, he said even you know, the menachos in the Beis Hamikdash and the lechem aponim, it had to be from chametz. I mean, rather on the contrary, it was also not chametz, but it was thick. And he showed me mishnayos in menachos that talk about the height and the width of the lechem aponim. So
I wonder how they make it. I wonder how they make it so thick like that.
Yeah, so that's what I asked him also, and he explained that, in other words, if your wife makes challah, if you make challah, and even if you would not put yeast in it, so typically, what do we do? When we make challah, we do put yeast in it. We put it in a kara, a bowl, and they put it in underneath the covers in the bed, and with that warmth, you hope that the dough is going to rise and it's going to be nice and fluffy. But that's because of the leavening agent, I'm understanding, that's put in our dough to make the challah. But even if you would just have flour and water, and you wouldn't, it would have a certain thickness if you kneaded it out. It would have a certain thickness, and since it doesn't have any yeast, it won't rise, it won't puff up, but it will have a certain thickness to it. And furthermore, the reason why our matzahs are so thin is because really what they do when they get the dough is they have the redelach, the rollers. If you go into a matzah bakery, and you'll see, at least the Ashkenazic ones, you'll see that they got these rollers, and they're rolling out the dough to make sure that it's very, very thin, because that's today, that is our minhag, that our matzahs are very, very thin. They tried to make them as thin as could be, because I would imagine the reason is because from what the Mishnah Berurah says, if the thinner that is, the less concern there is that it has become chametz before it's been properly baked.
That's my understanding. If you're going to postulate that they only roll the dough to the point where it's a tefach. So they've got this huge lump of dough, and they just lightly roll it just to shape it, and
Right.
And keep it that thick. It's going to take a long time before you cook the inside. I don't know how long it will take, but it would seem like it would be a problem, even if it's a very hot oven, for the heat to penetrate into such a depth.
Yeah, more than 18 minutes.
Yeah.
It would take more than 18 minutes, because he said even these ovens that they have are like 1,000 degrees. They keep them on from Rosh Chodesh Nisan until Erev Pesach.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe their ovens are hotter, or maybe they have fans to circulate the air, and I don't know. I'm curious to know how they account for the time for such a thick piece of matzah.
Yeah.
No, my understanding of the Gebrux custom is that they're afraid that that there might be a little pocket of air inside that has not cooked completely, and that's what the thin matzahs. Kol v'chomer with the thick ones, you'd be very afraid of that.
Oh, that's interesting. What the yeah, we don't find in the we don't I don't I want to say that we don't find in the Gemara this concern that even after the matzah has been baked, that it could become chametz. This is a it's yeah. Anyway, that's a minhag that some people have. Yeah, yeah.
Very interesting, Rabbi. A nice chiddush.
But I mean, we paskin that after the afia that once it's been baked, it hasn't. It's not possible to become chametz again. It can't become chametz altogether. But yeah, that's another subject. But anyway, that's the chiddush for today. So yeah. All right. Alan, still not around. Okay, well, we'll continue over here. We're I see we started the entry of Torah.
You know, my phone, I just realized my phone is on silent. I'm going to turn it, I'm going to check and see if he called me. No, he didn't call me. I'm going to take it off silent. Okay, so I think we're on 379.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah, we saw this. Yeah. Yeah, where are we at? Where are we exactly? I don't have it marked off here.
I think we're on the chapter that begins with, I'm sorry, the paragraph begins with, but the evil man, the bottom one.
The evil of man. Okay.
But the evil of man upon earth is that they do not know how great is the evil of being an ignoramus, who toil with great effort and labor in this world, on the roads, mountains, hills, seas, and rivers, who eat the bread of anxiety, who go from one misfortune to the next, who walk in darkness, who permit what is prohibited and prohibit what is permitted, who the light of Torah has not shone upon them, who get up early and stay up late for things of nothingness and infringement, who spend their days on emptiness and their years in futility until they run into the pit of destruction. Woe unto them in this world, and aha unto them in the world to come. I don't know what aha means. You might want to look at the Hebrew.
I don't know either. It doesn't sound very good.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that's exactly how it's interesting, because that's a English expression. Aha.
yeah. This is not so for Torah scholars. It is good for them in this world, and their soul will be sated with abundance in the world to come. They will live a life of pleasantness, because the Torah will bring from a distance its provisions. The Torah scholars conduct themselves with good and upright character traits. They remove anger and sadness from their heart and evil from their flesh. They are not particular about anything in this world, and their flesh will dwell securely. Great is the Torah, the study of Torah, for it brings one to action in such a fashion that they run to the world to come.
Wow.
So what is the Hebrew that they translate as aha?
It's just a aleph with a shva patach under it, a hey with a komets under it, and then a mapik hey.
Oh, so it's just aha.
Aha.
I wonder, is that a word in Hebrew, or is it just a it's just a Hebraization of the English word? You know what I mean? Sometimes they'll take an English word and just use it.
I don't think that that was in vogue in the time of the Pele Yoetz to take English words.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's too long ago for that. Yeah, so it must be a Hebrew word, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't run across this expression before.
You think it means like, oh my? Like when they get to the world to come, they're going to be surprised?
Yeah, it's interesting. It would be very interesting to research the source of this word. You need to see where it's used. It would seem that somewhere it's used. I would say that it must be, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this word before.
Yeah.
It's possible that it's used. I don't know. I haven't seen it not in the Sfarim, not in the Gemara. Oh no. So we would need a source.
Yeah.
But it's quite it's a very interesting theory that you have. I mean, I could. It's could very well be. It could very well be. Because of course that's why this person is doing what he's doing. He's saying Hashem will excuse me that I don't learn Torah because he sees it. I have to make a parnasa and I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do that and I have to do that and I have to do that. I don't have time. And I have a family and in a certain sense it's true. Certain sense it's true. But it's interesting. But it's interesting the way he puts it. The more he gets involved in this world, he's without Torah, and he has he's subject to being prey to all the worry and aggravation and disappointment and faithlessness that exists out there in the world in the real world, and he gets very caught up in it, and he has these. That's what he says. He has no olam hazeh, and aha, as far as his olam haba is concerned. So Talmidei Chachamim. So that's an interesting definition of Talmidei Chachamim. They're not concerned about all the things that happen in this world to them. They say, what's I'm sure they're not. Most of them are not very rich. They don't have too much of olam hazeh. If other people would look and see what they have, they'd feel sorry for them. But for some reason, they walk around and they're very happy and they're very and they're in a good mood because they're constantly learning Torah. They're constantly learning. They have what to think about and about halacha and hashkafa Gemara and they have the Amun and Bitaken that Hashem is taking care of them in the best possible way, and so that's what it is. Ofen shehem ratzim l'chai olam haba. So they really have both worlds. That's the way he's putting it. True Talmidei Chachamim, they don't just have olam haba. We can understand for Shteitzach, they have olam haba. They have Torah. They have so much Torah. They have and their mitzvahs that they do. But what's about their olam hazeh? But the Pele Yoetz says on the contrary, they have even a better olam hazeh than a lot of other people because they don't let the problems of olam hazeh get them down because they know that it's all that's the way it is, and it's all for the best. Okay, very interesting. Wow. Okay, a round of applause for page 379.
Hooray!
Hooray! Okay, 380. As such,
a man who is pure and has seen or known the praise of Torah, whose flesh is pained and whose soul mourns, for he has not merited that his portion should be among those who dwell in the base midrash, should have pity upon the souls of his sons and make sacrifices on their behalf. At least one of them will be a Torah scholar. The worst case scenario, he has not allowed them to become ignoramuses. At least they are capable of learning from the holy books and are filled with the fear of Hashem. It is not only on the souls of his sons that he has pity. It is on his own body, spirit, and soul, for great is the benefit that children provide their father by being Torah scholars through their Torah and service to Hashem. Since they are Torah scholars, they are careful in the honor of their father, in their lifetime and after their death. Their whole lives, they do everything in their ability for the sake of their father's eternal rest and the elevation of their souls. They do this in such a fashion that they elevate their souls from Gehenna, save them from all harsh judgments, and raise them up level after level until they stand in the proximity of the righteous. As in several stories cited in the Midrashim, if permission would be granted for a person to return from that world after seeing the process of judgment of the world to come, he would be a totally righteous person, and he would sacrifice everything in order to teach his sons Torah, A person should not only be having pity on his sons and himself. Primarily, a man should have pity on the honor of his maker. For this is truly the fruit of a person desiring children, that they should do the will of their maker and be doers of truth to provide satisfaction to our maker. If not so, what do the sons give and what do they add? If they are bad children, the good of their absence is better than the presence of evil.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
This is all pretty esoteric. It's hard to get a handle on.
Well, basically, the bottom line of what he's saying is that a man will endeavor to do everything that he can to help his sons become proficient in Torah and careful to do the Hashem's Ratzon. That's what it says here, and he lists that the benefits are tremendous. First of all, he says the benefit to himself is a tremendous benefit, both in a material sense in this world, that the son is such a son will always be zealous of his father's honor, his comfort, everything that he could do for him, anything that he could do to help him. So that's a benefit in this world. And then in addition to that, because of the fact that he's proficient in Torah and he's careful to do the Ratzon Hashem, he provides the father a great benefit after the father takes leave of this world in terms of Ili Neshama and saving him from the fallout of Onshin and Gehenna. So, and then he says even furthermore, of course the highest, the most significant achievement that having such sons like that is that such sons are provide. That means that the father has provided Hashem not only with great honor in his own Torah and mitzvahs, but also he's brought into the world progeny which also honor Hashem and learn his Torah and do his mitzvahs. So it's a tremendous kvod shemayim, honor for the honor of heaven. I mean, the truth. See, the truth of the matter is this is true about one Jew towards any Jew. Vishinantam levanecha. You should teach your sons. Who are your sons? Rashi says, Elu talmidim. Those are your students. So anything that a person can do, not only to further his own learning of Torah, the mitzvah of Talmud Torah, and the observance of all the mitzvahs, not only that he does it, but that he teaches and encourages and sets an example that other people also do. It just happens to be that the ones that are most influenced by the person are his sons and his students. So that's why we say Vishinantam levanecha, but it's true and of all people. That if a person is truly concerned about the honor of heaven, it'll concern him that he makes sure not only that he does the Torah mitzvahs, but that everybody who he has under his influence will also do the same, do likewise. And anything that he can do to help them to achieve that, that's his. That's something that he's going to be very interested to do, to see that it happens, to assist however he can, whether by teaching, whether by example, whether by other types of assistance. That's Kol Yisrael Ravim Zelazeh. It's really an offshoot of the fact that all of Klal Yisrael, each member of Klal Yisrael is concerned and responsible to help another person in Klal Yisrael to be able to do that. Okay.
All right, well, have a good Shabbos, Rabbi.
Good Shabbos, Shabbos Agodol. Wow, can't believe that Pesach is next week.
Yeah, it's really coming up fast now.
It's coming up
Thank
fast.
God, my wife is in good shape.
Oh, very good. Baruch Hashem, yes.
I'm in good shape.
Yeah, it's a difficult time. The wives, they not only do they like to do cleaning for Pesach, they like to do spring cleaning, and they got to make sure that that it doesn't get them too aggravated or overworked. And the main thing is they should be able to come to the Seder and participate and enjoy the Seder and the Pesach. That's so. Yes, I remember Frabel Cohen Zatzal. He was just nifter a few months ago from one of the great poskim in America. I heard him says you have to make sure that your wife has a nice, I think he said a magazine actually, something that she likes to read, and that she takes a break from her Pesach cleaning here and there, and that'll give her the ability to get the job done and not get worn out from the job. Okay, all the best. A good Shabbos.
Okay, Rabbi, good Shabbos. Thank you. Sorry, I was tired. I'm struggling with sleep apnea. I just went for a test.
Oh
yesterday,
yeah.
and hopefully they're going to give me a treatment, and I'll be more attentive.
Be'ezus Hashem. Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Okay.